Previously on Plodding Parsons. I don't know if I can make this armor, especially not without Delvin. If you guys could do me a favor and go plead my case to Delworth. So you walk into this butterbeer pub. There is a table of 3 off-duty guards, and they are very interested. Ted, we're on a wreck and rally team. We need your big guy.
If Ted plays with you guys, you'll help us get our friend out of the dungeon.
Should we flip in?
You guys flipping a coin? Why would you decide that way? That makes no sense.
Ah, they're both tails.
I guess he's doing it.
We're gonna be sitting up in a place where we can see everything going down, and we're gonna have these little walking talks. This is a magic plan. We're gonna be able to tell them stuff. We'll be able to give them direction. We got the events for the first relay. The first one's a winding track, and there's a giant hollow wheel perched at the top. The second one is a giant spike wall with spiders on it. Then dive into a tank of water, get to the bottom. It's full of sharks. Then there's just a narrow alley sprint.
I think Ted should do the spider walk. He's
pretty
pretty good at that, just not everything.
Right.
Oh yeah.
We're ready to start. Are we ready to start?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So let me remind you. What?
Hi.
Oh, you're just being goofball. Okay. Getting
Hi.
started at the beginning. So I'm just gonna sum up where we're at right now. If you remember, you guys had met these guards that were in a secret underground sporting event called Wreck and Relay, and
That wasn't last time.
This is all part of the setup for what is happening now.
I know, but that was the time before the last.
Okay. Previously on Plodding Parsons, you met these guards. They drafted Ted to take Leon.
Yeah, they drafted Ted.
Leon being the strongest member of the crew who had a broken arm. He trained all day while you guys goofed around the city, melting people's children, burning books.
I can't believe we got nothing out of the library. I'm still not over that.
I can't believe I figured out how to melt people's children.
And breaking into someone's house and raiding it, stealing
yeah.
from them. So that was, you guys were living an honorable life while he trained for you guys. And now
He
you guys,
changed for the other guys, but I guess he changed for us too.
and now you guys are back with them, and it's about to go down.
Ted, you're not that good.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, Ted is gone with the other guards who are going to be participating in the sporting event. And you 3, plus the pig, I will not forget exists anymore, and Leon have gone into the booth that you guys have. Each team has a small little booth set apart from the crowd where you can see what's going on, because you have these, if you remember, these little like magic plants that let you talk to.
Oh, the walkie-talkie things.
Yeah, they're
Walk
called
and talks.
They're called walk and talks. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those things.
The
So
one thing I've remembered.
so you'll be able to talk.
I've like
to,
remembered 0.
You'll be able to talk to the crew while they're racing, and you're gonna be able to give them some input. And
Okay.
yeah, so let me try and find Leon's voice again. Yeah. I think this was my voice. My name's Leon. You remember me from about 4 weeks ago, and we're in this booth together. How's that sound?
Great.
Okay. And he's like, all right, so we're about to start. Take a look around. And you do. And what you see is you're in this, like, it kind of is reminiscent of some, like, Coliseum thing. But on your way there, I'll mention that you ducked through some alleys, went through some doors, so you had to do some weird knocks on. You were just kind of following Leon's lead. And you're in this kind of expansive underground location. And it looks like it's pretty well built out. You see in front of you this big like corkscrew track with what looks like this like hamster wheel perched on top. And if you remember, this is the first stage. It corkscrews around. It looks like about 3 times before it hits the ground. And there's like a little pathway to the next obstacle, which you remember is Ted's obstacle, where he has to climb a spike wall. And you see on the spike wall,
Oh yeah.
there are spikes jutting out at different different intervals
And
throughout the
also, like,
wall.
spiders or something?
Yes. So it looks like the spikes are more clustered in the middle, but also in the middle are 3 giant spiders. And to the left, it looks a little like there are more gaps between the spikes, and there's 1 giant spider. And on the right side, there are big gaps between all the spikes, but you don't see any spiders there at the moment. And I'll remind you this when we get there, obviously, but I'm just giving you a little overview. And after that wall, which looks like it's pretty tall, it's about 50 feet tall. After this wall, it kind of shoots over a little bit, and there's a tank of water, which you can see into. Leon's like, yeah, and they haven't fed him in days. They're hungry sharks. So this kind of dips into a tiny little water tunnel and pops up into a little pond, like a little opening of water that you can get out of. And then this last little bit is this narrow alley that skirts for about, like, I don't know, 100 yards, 200 yards, and at the end of it is like this flag. That's kind of the whole gist. Leon starts describing what happens now. He says, yeah, so what's going to happen is everyone's going to go at once. There are 4 teams. One of them is us, obviously. That's why we're here. And everyone goes at once, and the last 2 teams who finish move on to the championship round.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's the championship round?
We don't know that. We can't prepare for that. They just give it to us as a surprise.
That sounds good.
It's usually kind of the same as this, though, to be honest, so I think we're going to be good. Yeah. And at this point, you hear a knock on your door, and in comes this man, and he has this weird, like, jester hat on and a suit and these, like, knee-high, like, yellow polka dotted socks. He looks ridiculous. And he says, hello, you are, and he opens up this, like, notepad, and he says, are you the guards of the galaxy? Is this, am I in the right place? And Leon says, yeah, that's us. That's the name I picked, actually. He kind of he's proud of it. And he says, well, welcome. I see you've new cohorts. Who are you guys? I know Leon, but please introduce yourselves to me.
Hi, I'm Theeva.
Lovely to meet you, Theeva.
Oh, my name is
Withered Surprised Cookie.
That's right.
And I'm Steve.
Wonderful. And you have
That's Steve Jr.
You have a pig.
Yeah,
Which I couldn't help but notice.
because we're not forgetting him this time.
Well, I'm here because as the Grand Master of these activities, I like to make an appearance and obviously wish you all good luck. But I have another thing, actually. It turns out our halftime entertainment has well, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He was looking for the practice room and he found Gary, and Gary was hungry, I think, and now we have no halftime entertainment.
Oh my god. Who's Gary?
Never mind that. What's more important is I need some more entertainment for this halftime show. I know this is kind of last minute. Does anyone know anybody?
I wish.
Okay.
Well,
I knew it was unlikely to find anyone with talents.
Well, you know what? I do have an instrument, but someone else could play it.
You haven't. What's the instrument? Is it something cool, like a guitar or
something like that. Mm-hmm.
Some steel drums? I love those steel drum players out in the yard.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
would you like to give it to me? I'm confused by what you're saying. Just tell me.
I think he's confused a little too about what he's trying to tell you.
Well,
Is it in this box? And he grabs for your briefcase that you're holding.
I would recommend you don't open that.
Your friends are very charming, Leon. Yeah, I'm actually not sure how this happened. Don't mind them. Hey, listen, I can't do anything except tell jokes. I don't think you want that, so I'm sorry. I can't help you. He says,
I have virtually no skills, so.
it's okay. Well, I guess I'll just take the 300 gold I was going to compensate him with and bury him
I can do
in
it.
my backyard. What's that?
I can do it. I got
He
it.
plays the bagpipes. He's really
You
good
can
at. You can
swallow
really.
fire.
Oh yeah, he can do that too. He can make fire too.
All right. You got it then. Don't screw up.
Oh boy.
I'll come get you when the time's ready. Bye, toodaloo. And he leaves.
I can't believe we just would be bribed with 300 gold to get you to do anything.
I mean, we need that 300 gold. We
You're-
lost all Ted's, like,
You're not wrong, Steve. You're not wrong.
maybe 20.
I think that's the move. You hold out until they offer you 300 gold.
Yeah, that's what we should do, actually.
Okay, you guys, look back outside again, and you see that a crowd is filled in, and it's actually it's a pretty big crowd. You feel like you see more people down here than you did in the market even. Then you see your Ted and Penny and Landis and Bill. They all come out at once, waving to the crowd, and so do 3 other teams of people. And you hear an announcer guy come on. You hear like the mic go like squeak, like that. It always happens.
Cool.
And he says, "Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wreckin' Relay." There's some applause and some shouts. I'm your host. Didn't think of a name. I'm your host,
Ralph.
Sideways Larry.
Well,
They call
pretty
me
good
that because I walk sideways in my sleep. Anyway, back to the thing. Here are our teams for the evening. Guards of the Galaxy. That is Bill, Landis, Penny, and you hear like some shuffling. Standing in for Ted Pee Pants. I cannot wait to see what they do tonight. You hear some boos actually from the audience. Leon's like, yeah, they don't like us because we're guards, but that's not why we do it. It's for the money. Next, we have the Wreckin' Riders with Francine, Hilda, Hermeldine, and Rizal. There's some pretty big cheers for them. It's an all-female team.
Wow.
That's surprising.
Next up, we have the Quad Squad with Leaf, Frank, Isladine, and Henrik the Hairy.
Is that not a quad, then?
Hear more cheers. Quad is 4.
Since there are only 3.
There were 4.
They're just not a quad.
There's 4. Leaf, Frank, Isladine, and Henrik the Hairy.
You never said that. You never said the last one.
That's like the point of it. Never mind.
Trying to goad me into saying it. Okay. So you have.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear Henrik the Hairy?
No.
You see standing there a little skinny, like, elf boy or man, a stout dwarf, a woman, human, and you can't tell what race this man is, but he's very hairy. His hair, like, all over his face.
Maybe he's the hairy race.
I think he's the hairy race, you're right. And last but not least, the Skull Crushers with Tink, Tank, Tonk, and Bobby! And you hear major applause for the Skull Crushers.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing right now.
And you see 4 people who look very similar to each other. They're very muscular, very lean, and very handsome men.
Okay.
Yeah, Bobby looks like them. His name is Bobby.
Cool.
So he's not like them at all.
On
Name
the
is
inside, he's very
the only
different.
thing that counts.
Okay, Leon says, all right, they're about to start. You guys ready? You know what to do?
Yeah, we're ready.
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
the answer is you guys don't know what to do.
No, I don't
So-
know.
We don't really know what to do, but
Supposed to
I
do
just like
something?
saying I'm ready.
We're using our little walk and talks to give them information, but I don't know what to do.
So here's what's going to happen, guys.
Oh.
First of all, I want each of you to pick a character from the Guards of the Galaxy, and you're going to roll for them when appropriate. I'm going to take Ted.
What is it, Bill?
Yeah, there's
Penny.
Penny, Bill, and Landis. You guys decided who was going to do which last time. Penny's doing the first bit with
I'm
the...
being Landis.
Okay,
I like Miss Landis.
great.
Do you want Bill or Penny? Nick?
I forget which one does what.
Penny's doing the first bit with the winding track.
What's
Uh,
Landis doing again?
Landis is sprinting through the narrow alley, and Bill's swimming through the tank.
Oh, the Shark Tank?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be Bill.
All right, I'm Penny then.
All right, great. So all that means is that when I say there's a roll for you, just you roll and you tell me how they did.
Be a normal roll.
They're all gonna be D20 rolls. I'll tell you that right now. All right.
I thought
And then,
Isaiah said narwhal roll instead of normal roll.
Yeah, you're only
What?
narwhal
Excuse
rolls
me,
today.
excuse me, Tim.
only
You want
narwhal.
me to roll a narwhal?
If you, yeah, if, I know. I hope you guys all got your narwhals for this one. Like I told you to.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay,
At
good.
least I do.
We know exactly what we should be doing here.
The second thing is I'm going to be describing to you guys what's going on. At any point, you just stop me and you can speak to whomever's performing at that moment. Whoever's competing, I guess is the right word.
Okay.
Cool.
And-
So we can like just interrupt you if you tell us something that we think they should know. We can interrupt you and tell that person.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. And the last thing, as they all get up to the starting points, so they're all on their starting points for the specific events they're doing. Penny climbs up this ladder with the rest of them to right by the hamster wheel, not at it, like 10 feet away, and they're all ready to start. Everyone do a perception roll.
What's that?
10.
Just normal.
I got a perfect 20.
Yeah, 20.
15.
15. All
Jeez,
right.
I'm right in between you too. 10,
Yeah,
15,
exactly.
and 20.
So Theeva, you notice you don't really notice anything.
I noticed nothing around the giant.
You notice all the stuff I already told you.
Okay.
Steve, what you notice is you think you're pretty sure that at the distance you're at, you could do magic.
Oh no.
Um,
I'll do it.
Zach,
That's my neutral part of me.
I'm not sure if that sounded more like you were going to be helpful or like if that was a threat.
I'll do it.
Cookie, with a perfect 20, what you notice, you also realize you could probably do magic here. You also notice that the wheel, and maybe it's because you have those nice gnome eyes, but you notice that the wheel is pretty rusted. And I'll tell you this, Theeva, what you notice more about this track is that it's about 10 feet wide, and the wheel itself takes up most of the track. It looks like it's connected onto the track, so it's not like balancing, it's like
Attached.
it's attached. And it is currently standing still on a flat part, but the track quickly becomes descent down 3 corkscrews to the bottom.
Question. This probably was gone over before, but if I recall, it's like there's one hamster wheel.
1 hamster wheel and 4 people.
Right. So you want to get in the hamster wheel, but what do the other people do if they don't get in?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Why
Hey.
don't you know?
Well, I do know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Have
Yeah.
we rested since entering the town?
I don't think so. I think we just showed up here.
No resting yet. But
Oh boy.
you're pretty safe. I'll spoil that for you at the moment. You're in this. You're very far away from what's going on
Spoiler.
in your little private booth.
I am pretty worried for our people.
I'm not gonna say you're completely safe because I know you guys could instigate anything. But
Yeah, we could make it
without-
really not safe.
without your instigation, I think you guys are gonna be a-okay at the moment.
Okay.
All right. So bear with me as this goes because this is gonna be a weird thing. I'm trying, but let's do it. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leon's like, all right. Now remember, you can talk to any of them, so just pay attention and give them useful tips. I'm counting on you guys. All right.
Yeah.
My eyes are real bad.
Sure. Oh.
Oh
Okay.
no.
I
Hey,
can't
Penny.
possibly also give tips.
Hey Penny,
Yeah.
before you start, you should know that the hamster wheel, it looks great. Looks solid.
Yeah. That's
No
not
problem.
Yeah. Great. Thanks, friend. All right.
I really wish I had rolled better and could correct anything that may have been misleading, but I guess I can't. So cool. Looks great to me too.
Are you talking to me still?
No,
Okay,
mumbling to myself.
cool.
Sorry.
I'm about to start, so I'm gonna. Okay. Toodaloo.
Don't get him, Penny.
Um,
Oops.
Dana just launched our 20-sided die, the only one we need right now,
I'm getting it.
across the room. All right, so the announcer gets on and he's like, all right, folks, we're ready to rumble! Relay!
I'm saying that as he's talking. Roll! Like right before he said it.
I love that timing, Zach.
We got some good stuff for you here tonight, folks, and we're gonna start it off with, it looks like, from the Guards of the Galaxy, Penny!
Penny! Woo!
From the Wrecking Riders, we got Rizal! from the quad squad, this is really hard. From the quad squad, we got Isladine. And from our favorite team, the Skull Crushers, Tonk. You knew it from his appearance. I didn't have to tell you it was Tonk. All right.
I'm a little nervous for this, guys. It seems
Are
like there's some
we
favoritism.
ready on the field? And all four of them raise their hands. It says, on your mark, get set, wreck and relay! And they are off. So what you see off the bat is that Rizal is clearly the quickest of all of them, but you notice that she doesn't go for the wheel. She goes in front of the wheel and starts running down the track just with her feet.
Weird.
What you see the others do, Isladine and Tonk and Penny as well, they all hop into the wheel and they start trying to make it roll. You see Tonk shove Isladine, Isladine shoves Rizal, but none of them fall out of the wheel or anything. And they realize at some point that they're falling behind, so they all kind of work together to get this wheel started. And then before you know it, the wheel has started slowly moving down the track. What happens at this point is Tonk betrays that thinly veiled teamwork there going on and tries to push Penny. So Penny, I want Penny to do a strength contest with Tonk.
Okay.
So whoever Penny is, do a roll.
Penny. Uh-oh. An 8.
Penny has a +2 strength.
Great. A 10. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Tonk pushes her out. So you see Penny.
No.
You see Penny fall onto the side of the hamster wheel, and it goes without her. But at this point, the wheel isn't moving faster than she can run. So she gets back up, and she sprints as fast as she can, and she grabs onto the back of the hamster wheel. And Penny, do a dexterity roll.
While I'm doing this, can I ask a question?
Yeah, you can always stop me and ask.
Was it Rizal?
Yes. So at this point,
So is Rizal that much faster than the wheel that the wheel hasn't run over her and crushed her? I don't understand.
yeah. So the wheel started at a 0 speed, and now it's at like a 1 out of 10, maybe a 2 out of 10. It's approaching.
Okay.
Rizal can run faster than that. So she's about, I'd say, like she's almost a third of the way down this track, and this wheel's still like 10% of the way down.
Uh-oh. Okay. Pick up
So
speed.
the wheel's a 10th.
17.
Okay, with the 17, that's great. She grabs onto the back of the wheel, and as it rolls forward, she like rolls up to the top of the wheel. So now she's gonna do this thing for a little bit where she runs on top of the wheel, and she's facing backwards, running along the wheel to keep from falling down.
Cool.
All right, this continues for a little bit. You see Tonk and Isladel kind of fighting with each other. Rizelle's still sprinting along by herself down this track.
I feel like Rizal has the good idea.
The wheel's getting faster. It's up to like a 3. It's up to like a 4. Now Rizelle's about halfway down the track. And
What is Rizal?
Rizelle? What kind of race is she?
No, what is like her speed?
Yeah.
She's fast. There's no speed actually.
Where is she?
Then why are you telling us the speed of the wheel?
Because it's picking up speed.
It's not picking up. I'm just going to tell you where they're at. Now you can kind of guess.
Okay.
So Rizelle's about halfway down now, and the wheel's about it's almost a third of the way down. It's like 30%. And at this point, Penny's realizing that she can't keep up with this wheel. She's just running on top.
Can I yell something to Penny?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to inspire her with my bardic inspiration by saying, "You're a super cool guard."
That sounded so convincing. I think she's going to be so inspired.
Wow, I suddenly feel really inspired. Thank you. No one ever appreciates me being a god. Yeah, that's
Nice. Now she's got an extra D6 that she can use.
So at this point, she has to get off the wheel. Does anyone have any advice for what she should do?
Well, I just gave her bardic inspiration. She should be able to do whatever she wants.
Great. Okay, I'll just
roll good.
She lowers herself onto the wheel so that she's holding on to both sides. And then she tries to swing herself back into the wheel before it obviously crushes her, and do a dexterity roll. Penny.
10.
That's a 10. You might want to be inspired at this moment.
How do I do that?
All right, roll a D6, Dana.
Okay.
Add it to the roll.
Oh, come on!
What is it?
All right, with an 11, she got.
You got a 1?
Okay, so I will say, you're like, I want to inspire her. Tim handed me the dice, so I rolled it and I got a 4. And he was like, nope, can't keep it. And now I got a 1.
With an 11, she's able to.
Penny's blood's on your hands.
She's able to swing herself back into the wheel, but she quickly loses her footing, and now she's laying on the ground on the wheel, just like holding on for dear life as it continues to roll. And Tonk and Isladine, as they're tossing with each other, she rolls right underneath them, and they step on her, and that doesn't feel good. And now she does a whole revolution, and she has another chance of getting up. Do a dexterity saving throw.
17.
Okay. At this point, like, she wills herself to.
I don't want to get stepped on again, you know?
As she's revolving around, she at the top of the wheel lets her legs extend and then hurls them back onto the bottom of the wheel. So then by the time it's revolved again, she's standing up. And Tonk like punches Isladine, and Isladine falls to the ground, and now she's revolving around the wheel. And Tonk comes after Penny. Do a strength check.
18. Not again, Tonk. Ha!
Yeah, Tonk's feeling pretty winded. With that, Penny pushes Tonk out of the wheel, and Tonk holds onto the side of the edge of the track, but is left in the dust by this wheel. Now, at this point, the wheel is like 2/3 of the way down the track, like 70% of the way down the track, and Rizal is about 75% of the way down the track. She looks back and notices this wheel's catching up to her, and she, at the last second, dives off to the side and grabs on, and the wheel passes her, and she pops back up and keeps running. Isladine is able to right herself. I'll just roll for her. Yeah, she's able to right herself, and now she's coming down on the wheel as Penny's running and tries to do like a leaping punch at her. Do another strength. Actually, dexterity saving throw. Oh, you nailed it. All right. Penny rolled a perfect 20 with that. With that, Penny's able to just like sidestep Tonk. Isladine. And Isladine like just lunges through the air and out of the hamster wheel, completely misjudging what she was trying to do.
So Penny's now the only one left in the hamster wheel.
Yeah, so Isladine actually falls off the side and falls quite far and lands on the bottom of the track and doesn't immediately stand up. And now it's just Penny running in this hamster wheel. It gets to about 80% of the way down, and it starts creaking and wobbling.
Oh, we should probably...
I'm going to tell Penny. Can I say something to Penny?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, hey, Penny, the hamster wheel, it was never fine.
You to spend all this time trying to be the only one inside it.
Can we?
I'm gonna make an illusion of words like popping up on the walls of the hamster wheel that says "Get out." Sorry, get out of the hamster wheel.
She's like, guys, I think the hamster wheel's haunted.
Can I look and see if it looks like the wheel is going to stay on the track, or it looks like it's going to go launching, or what? Can I do a perception roll for that? Is there anything I can do to get more information about what might happen here to give her better insight?
I don't think so. I think.
Great. So out she goes.
Okay. She's like, all right, I guess I'll jump. Okay. At this point, the hamster wheel, it's halfway down the like second corkscrew. So
it's like 80% of the way down, right?
Yeah. So it's like 85% now after that conversation. So it's like a 20-foot drop to the ground, and she's going pretty fast. So she bails and she leaps out and do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay.
A 5.
With a 5, she leaps out and she falls 20 feet. And because she was spinning in this hamster wheel, she doesn't right herself before she hits the ground. She lands on her shoulder, and you hear her kind of yell out into her microphone, being like, "Oh my shoulder! Oh!" But you see her like stand up, and she's like holding her arm, but she runs. She kind of stumbles the rest of the way. Kind of close behind her is Rizal, and still running down the track is Isladine. Tonk is still slow to get up. Like Tonk's the one who fell. Or is it?
Isladine is the one
Right,
that got
okay, I
launched.
mixed up. Isladine's really slow to get up. Tonk is slowly making his way down the track, but Rizel's kind of on Penny's heels, and Penny
Alright,
gets.
I'm going to yell out to Gazelle with my vicious mockery cantrip.
You
I'm gonna
have it.
yell, yeah, I do.
Oh, Rizel's almost done.
I'm gonna yell, Gazelle, you're even slower than a gazelle.
How does this work? What do you roll?
Oh, I'll unleash a string of insults with subtle enchantments. And they must succeed a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage.
Oh, I didn't give her wisdom. Okay. Well,
They also have disadvantage if they do any more attacks. She probably won't.
okay. Wisdom saving throw of what?
Probably 12.
Okay, she got a 12. I think when you're saving a tie, you saved.
Oh, too bad.
You see Rizel like kind of like shake her head like, oh, what? Oh, but she's unaffected and she continues running. By the time they get to the end of this section, they're basically neck and neck, and they both high five the next people. So that's Ted and Hilda are ready to climb this giant wall covered in spikes.
Oh boy.
Okay, Ted's like, guys, which way should I go?
Right. That's always good.
Well, right,
Whenever-
right is the big
Whenever
gap.
you're
right?
in doubt, turn right. Unless it's left, then don't turn right.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to climb the wall of spikes. Isn't
He
it
is.
supposed to
There's,
climb?
There's
it's like
the center path has all the spiders, but they're like not very spaced out. Then the left is like medium, but has a spider, and the right is super big spaces between the spikes and no spider right now.
Oh,
So which direction should we send him?
I think medium.
I think you should start on the left side and work his way up to the right side, diagonal.
so based on where the spiders are, you think that could actually maximally
Injure him?
give him up to the spiders.
That's fine.
That is not
What?
fine.
Well, that would end up in him dying. We
Well,
do
you
not
Only
guys-
want-
50 feet.
While Ted's having a little bit of a conundrum here, Hilda starts climbing through the middle path.
Take down Hilda.
But
No,
there are
we
so
didn't.
many spiders there. No.
I'm gonna make an illusion of
Go to the left.
the thing that the rock that and like the two rocks in front of above Hilda or the spikes disappear.
Okay.
Am I noticing them doing magic? Am I now looped in that I can do magic here?
You can do a perception roll to see.
18, I've noticed.
Yeah, you noticed. He's like, I don't really.
I'm going to try to persuade Dana that there's no magic here.
You can't persuade each other with rolls. You can only persuade each other with words. That's the rule I'm making.
Hey,
I am
Dana,
not
Wait,
persuaded.
what did you say?
You can't do persuasion rolls anymore on each other. It doesn't make sense. You can talk to each other. That's it.
Okay.
Not persuaded. I saw you do magic. With my
What are you
own.
talking
use-
about?
Could you use magic on in each other to make it persuaded?
Okay, so I'm gonna say, Ted, you should go to if you think you can do the left one, you should go to the left one and we can try to help you with the spider.
How are you gonna? Okay, I'll go left. That makes sense. So he starts climbing up the left side. Hilda's a little bit up the wall at this point, and she gets to the first spider, and the spider kind of goes for her, and she actually like jumps out of the way, launching herself from one set of spikes to another, and in midair, like grabs the spider's leg and rips it off the wall. And it falls
Oh.
right next to Ted.
What about my spell?
Yeah. So okay, there were two spikes in front of her that disappeared, so now she has a little bit harder time getting up. But she's okay. She's
Okay.
able to.
But they're really there, so
How far away are we from? We're like pretty far, right? We're like way up in the like viewing boxes.
Yeah, but you can I'm giving you some leeway. You can influence this with magic as long as it's not a short range spell.
Cause like 20 feet, like that kind of stuff.
20 feet's not gonna cut it.
Right, that's what I mean. So I wonder, hey, next question. How loud do these or who's with us? Which one's with us?
Leon?
Leon. I only had Larry. Hey, Leon.
Yeah, what's up?
How loud do these walk and talks get? Can they be amplified in any way?
What are you talking about?
Like can they get loud?
It's in his ear.
Yeah.
Look, what are you talking about?
If he were to like pull it out of his ear, would it get loud?
It's like it's not very loud. Once you take it out of your ear, you can't really hear it. That's why you got to put it in your ear. I don't. What are you trying to do?
I don't know what she's talking about. I just don't know.
Focus, Theeva.
I am. So guys, I was thinking maybe I could try to speak to the spider and just tell it to leave Ted alone. You know?
No.
No. I can get
No.
anyone to do things for me.
That won't work.
Well, that's why I'm trying to see how loud the walkie-talkie is.
A big spider.
At this point, Ted gets to a little gap in the spikes, and he leaps up fine.
Hey, I'm gonna try and talk to Ted.
Yeah, what's
Wait.
up? He's breathing pretty heavy.
Really fast before you do that, if Rizal could hear what Nick said earlier, why couldn't the spider hear what I say?
He was using vicious mockery.
Oh, it wasn't through the walkie-talkie. Never mind. Continue, Nick. Sorry.
Hey, Ted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass you some glue that's in my pack. I have glue. Like
Why do you have glue?
I assume it's like Elmer's glue.
Well, you can't.
He's pretty far away.
I don't need glue. Thanks. You keep firing.
All right, I pick up my bow and I glue the glue to the arrow. And I fire it.
Leon's like, "What are you doing?" He slaps it out of your hand. He's like, "You can't whoa! What are you doing?" Oh my gosh! Why did I bring you fools here?
Well, he does this for practice every single day because he's terrible at a bow.
Oh,
I
this is...
He's
pick up-
actually getting quite good at it.
I pick up the glue arrow and put it in my pack.
Hilda gets to the next spider.
So what he does is he puts glue on the arrow, shoots it at a tree, and the arrow sticks to the tree.
And she like punches it in the face like it's a shark, and it just like collapses onto the ground. And she's still climbing. She's like 75% of the way up the wall, and Ted's like I'd say 25%. And Ted now gets up to the spider.
So again, guys, I would love any other input on how I could possibly talk to this spider. Do you think there's any way I could talk to the spider? Because I can really just get it to leave him alone.
Probably if Ted gave the
I mean, if the spider,
earpiece to the
spider
spider.
Hey, spider, here, take this earpiece.
yeah, but then Ted wouldn't have the earpiece.
It'd be
That
fine.
would make
Spiders
no-
have ears? Can spiders hear anything?
Yeah, let's say they can.
It
Let's say they
says
have
with
ears.
beasts, so I'm gonna take that as I can talk with a spider.
Okay, Ted's about to go up with the spider. So if you have any advice for him, you gotta tell him right now.
Ted, I want to be able to talk to the spider.
What? That's kind of a weird thing to say right now. I'm about to fight it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask him to leave you alone.
Well, I can't. Does it get down here? I don't know. You should have been the one to do this, I guess. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to tell me?
Oh
I'm
man.
having serious doubts and regrets and fear now.
You got it.
How can you talk to the spider?
I
You
don't-
got 5 seconds to tell me.
Is there any way you can get your earpiece loud enough that the spider can hear you?
It doesn't
Or
have
close
volume.
enough? It doesn't have volume?
It's a plan.
Oh, I forgot it's a plant. I forgot it was plants, and I had like literal in my brain. It was like a literal little.
Okay. Now
Yeah,
the
me
spider,
too.
now the spider gets to Ted.
Oh no.
Now Minna lunges at him.
Sorry.
Theeva, you don't need to yell all the time.
Sorry.
He's able to dodge
You're
out of the
literally
way,
talking to him.
and
He's
he
probably
kicks it, and it like tumbles down the wall a few like 10, 15 feet. He's like, oh man, that was really scary. Guys, I could use a little more helpful advice next time.
You can move a little quicker, Ted, because it's not that far behind you.
And,
Chop chop, Ted.
He keeps climbing. Hilda gets to the last spider,
Did you finally get her?
and she like tries to get out of its way, but it grabs her with one of its legs and starts pulling her towards it. So now she's kind of engaged with this spider, but it hasn't like eaten her or anything. And Ted keeps climbing. He gets this big gap in the wall. Ooh, he clears it. And now he's climbing up, and he looks over and sees Hilda fighting with this spider, and he stops.
Oh no. No, Ted, keep going.
Guys, I can't. I gotta help her.
The spider's behind you.
And he starts climbing like diagonally up towards Hilda and the spider.
Oh jeez.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make an illusion of the spider not being there.
Okay, that's not gonna be possible. It's huge and clearly there.
Like a bit of the spider not being there. Like I'm gonna make its head not be there.
Listen, so I have a spell called Calm Emotions,
Okay.
and it allows me to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. I'm gonna try and suppress Ted's clear like emotional attachment to this person who's getting attacked right now.
You're gonna make him a stone cold killer.
That's right. That's right.
Seriously?
So I'm gonna use charm person on Ted.
Okay.
Or calm emotion, sorry.
That's because it'd be a saving throw, right? What kind of saving throw?
Let's see, charisma saving throw. But Ted can choose to fail it if he wishes.
No, he definitely doesn't want to fail it. Okay. What's that up against? You got a 12.
It's gotta be my 12, I guess.
Oh.
Like usual.
He's like, oh, I feel weird, but I'm still gonna help her. And he climbs the rest of the way. And he gets up to the spider, and it sees him, and like momentarily loosens its grip a little bit on Hilda. And Ted tries to punch it, and he misses, and that's unfortunate because now it goes to grab for him, and it does. It gets him.
Is
And-
Ted freaked out at all that that spider's head is gone? I'm gonna make it pop back.
That's like, oh, that's probably why I missed because someone's mucking with him. And then Hilda like is able to break free and she starts climbing up, but then she notices Ted is grabbed by the spider now, and she stops too, and she looks and she sighs, and then she goes to punch it, and she punches it, and Ted is fine. He holds on to one of the spikes as the spider topples down the wall all the way to the ground, kind of like an audible splat because he was all at the top. And Ted like looks at Hilda and she looks at him. And he's like, "Thanks." And I guess you can hear her because she's close enough. And she says, "Yeah, that's the only time I'm helping you. Bye." And she climbs the rest of the way up, and Ted does too. At this point, Tonk gets to the bottom of the wall. There are no spiders left on it, and he shrugs his shoulders and starts climbing up a bit.
No, I'm gonna make another illusion of one of the spike above his hands not being there. Spike that I think I'll use next.
Okay. Yeah, he falls, but it's only like a foot because he just started.
Why did he fall?
Because he tried to grab it, and then it was gone, and he was confused, and then he fell.
Wait.
Oh.
Tonk. Tonk's like, weird, and then he started climbing again.
No, I'm gonna make it appear again.
Okay, that doesn't confuse him because he wasn't trying to reach for nothing. Anyway, back to the top of the order is Ted and Hilda. Hilda's slightly ahead of him when she reaches the tank of water. She high fives Hermeldine, who dives in, and Bill gets high five, and he dives in shortly after her. So now they're in the water, and Bill cannot talk to you because he's underwater, but he can hear you. There are a few sharks swimming around.
Good job, Bill. We can't hear you, nor can we understand you. You're underwater, so we can't hear you.
I'm gonna use my cantrip Prestidigitation.
Okay.
It allows me to instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
What?
And I'm going to.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to soil Bill's bathing suit.
His baby suit?
His bathing suit. He's so.
He's not wearing bathing suit. He's wearing his regular clothes, and that does make it harder to swim. So you're gonna soil his clothes?
Yes.
He's really confused and he keeps looking at his clothes. And meanwhile, Hermeldine is swimming deeper.
We need to stop talking to him, guys.
Where are we in relation to man with the speaker?
You actually don't know where he's sitting. It's like kind of when you go to a sports game and they're definitely there somewhere, but you don't know where he's at.
Well, I need to get to man with the speaker so I can talk to the sharks. Can I do a perception roll to find the man with the speaker?
You know what? Go ahead.
Thanks.
You can do that.
Persistent. 13.
With a 13, you know that you can't see him from where you're at.
Hey guys, can you see the man with the speaker?
No one will be able to. From your vantage point, you can't see him.
Man.
A shark. So there are several sharks swirling around this tank, and Hermeldine gets a little bit further down, like maybe about 10 feet, and a shark notices her and goes to snap at her. And she is able to dodge. So she dodges out of the way. And now the shark starts approaching Bill.
Alright, I'm going to instantly clean his bathing suit with my prestidigitation.
Okay, it's just regular clothes, but
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
he's like, but now he sees the shark and he's like,
We just have to swim across, or they have to
they're
swim
swimming
down.
down to the bottom.
Okay.
So it's 30
How
feet
do
down.
they get out?
There's a little like tunnel that goes up to a shallow pool somewhere else.
So
But the tunnel's not big enough for the sharks, only for people.
okay, so he just has to get
Past the sharks.
past the sharks. I'm gonna try something here, and tell me if I can't do this.
Okay.
This seems to be my thing that I'm doing this time is trying to do things I can't do.
Okay.
But I'm gonna use my druid craft, and I'm going to create like a geyser force surge of water through the water, like manipulate the water to just hurl him to the bottom.
Okay. I don't think you can normally do that with Druidcraft, but I think for this race, anything goes, kind of.
You're gonna let me do
So
it.
I'll let you try it, but you're gonna have to do a good roll.
Okay.
I know this doesn't usually come with the roll, so I have a number in my head that you have to clear with your spellcasting ability.
What is-
It says on your spells page. It looks like 8. Do you have a -2 wisdom?
Yeah, I'm bad.
Oh,
Remember? Don't you
Okay.
forget? This is my entire background.
What's your dexterity?
She got 5.
Good job.
With the 5,
Not really though.
you actually accidentally push it the wrong way, so now the shark is vaulting into Bill.
No.
The shark
I'm
is all of a sudden
I'm gonna
really
make
fast.
a wall in front of the shark, like maybe a foot in front of him.
You can only do illusions, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna make a real wall, just an illusion wall.
Sharks don't really look; they smell. So he's not gonna really be.
Oh.
He's not gonna.
Well, I'm gonna do it anyways.
He goes right through this wall that just appeared, and Bill's super confused. So he's got to get out of the way now, and he doesn't.
Wait, I thought I was Bill.
Oh yeah, shoot. Sorry, forget that. I rolled that. You roll it.
I hope you do
Tell me
better
what
than
you
Tim
get.
did.
What did you get?
I got a 6.
That is worse than what I did.
What? Jeez, never do that again.
You have a dexterity +4, so you could have. There was quite a bit of numbers you could have got that would have saved him, but you didn't get it. And he's eaten and he dies. No, just kidding.
My God.
Jeez.
So he tries to get out of the way, and
I'm
grab-
sorry, Bill. It's all their fault.
it grabs his now squeaky clean sleeve, and starts shooting up towards the surface with him. So now he's getting drugged backwards. And Hermaldine, I threw that backwards under the sofa. Rolled real good. So she gets up to the next shark, and she's not messing around. She just punches it in the face, and it reels away from her. And now she has a clear path to the tunnel, which she goes for.
I'm gonna yell at Bill. Punch it in the face.
Bill tries to punch it in the face. Is him saying yeah.
You got an 11.
His strength is +0. With the +0 to 11, he punches it, but it keeps holding on.
Bite its neck.
Don't
You
do that,
bite its neck.
Yeah.
It's a shark.
I'm assuming they're more than 30 feet away from me, right?
Yeah,
There's nothing else I can do. This is really frustrating.
you can give him ideas. At
I
this
mean,
point,
he's just got to get around
at
the
this
shark.
point, the shark shakes his head and his sleeve rips, and now he's free. So he starts swimming down
Swim
again.
really fast.
But the shark's right on him again. So he has to either dodge out of the way or punch it.
You should punch it though.
Yeah, definitely punch it.
Punch it.
Punch it.
What
Okay,
does that
so
mean?
he spins around in the water, so he's now facing the shark. And he tries to punch it. Go ahead and roll.
I really hope we didn't just kill
Yeah.
Bill.
A 15.
No, we're not
Alright.
killing Bill.
He lands it right on the nose, and the shark reels away. And now Bill is swimming down
Swim
again.
fast.
And he gets most of the way down. He hears another splash in the water. You see it's Tonk. Or not Tonk, it's it's
The other one.
is it Tink
Tonk.
or is it Bobby? It's Tink. Tink jumps in now. They all look the same, so you don't actually know which one it is, I guess. One of the Tink Tanks or
Yeah,
Tonks.
why are you spending so much time on their names?
Isaiah's
when they all look the exact same.
been ruthlessly honest this game.
That's a good point. One of the Tink Tank Conquer Bobbies jumps in the water, and that shark's still a little incapacitated, so he's able to swim past it. Bill is almost in the clear, but another shark swims up in front of him. What do you tell him to do?
Where's the shark?
Run.
Where's the entrance or exit?
It's gonna come at him from the side, so we can dodge out of the way and probably make it. Or
Go
he
to
can-
the exit and make it.
he's not gonna make it faster than the shark. He has to dodge out of the way or punch it.
Dodge
think
out
he's
of the
gotta
way and make
dodge.
it to the exit, probably.
What do we know about Bill? Do we remember he's just a really good swimmer? We don't know if
Yeah.
he's like particularly agile. What if he's a good swimmer?
He has a good dexterity. I already mentioned it to you. It's +4.
Okay, he should dodge and
Oh,
go for the exit.
All right, go ahead. Make that roll.
He critically failed.
Oh my god.
seriously, Nick? I need to roll these things.
Isaiah, you do.
With a critical failure, it gets him. And
It bites him.
you don't really see exactly how it gets him, but you see it get him, and he grabs for his arm, and the shark leaves him alone for a second, then comes at him again. Bill starts trying to swim desperately for the
God.
exit. You're gonna have to roll again.
This time I got an 18.
All right.
Okay, good.
22.
So
I guess.
he swims out.
Oh
So you
my
make it
god.
through?
He makes it through, and he's like holding his arm. You can't really see what happened, but he like runs the rest of the way to Landis and like elbows him, and it's Landis's turn.
Can
I'm Landis.
I'll save it for later.
Okay, so Francine is already halfway through this race thing, through this
Section.
race. You just have to be faster than you just have to be in the top two. You just have to be faster than the next person who
Is
is
she there?
not there yet, but is waiting. Bobby is waiting. So Landis starts to run.
Run.
It doesn't look like he's gonna catch Francine. Francine's more than halfway there. When Landis gets about 20, 30 yards down, Tink emerges from the water, gasping for air, and slaps Bobby. Now Bobby's running, and they're both running, and it looks like Bobby's slowly catching up to.
This is just a straight on run.
It's just
right?
straight on run. Looks like Bobby's slowly catching up to Landis. I will say there's not enough space to pass, so it's very narrow. So they're gonna jostle with each other when Bobby eventually reaches him.
So, Cookie, how often your bardic inspiration is a spell or is it a cantrip or what's the deal with that?
I'm
it
gonna
is a feature.
What does that mean?
Can you inspire what's his face to go faster?
Let's see. Oh yeah, I can use it 3 times.
Let's go.
That sucks. Are you
All
gonna?
right, well, I'll get on the microphone and I'll say, wait, what's this person's name?
Landis.
Landis. I'll say you're even more super than a supermarket.
Hey, what's a supermarket? I never heard one of those.
It's a
Pretty
super. It's a market with super in it.
And you're better than that.
I don't.
Yep, you're
I don't
better
get
than
it, but I still feel good about it. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was all me. Your lovely carrier.
This point, Bobby gets up to Landis,
Now
and
hurry.
Landis and Bobby do a little strength contest, or no, do a dexterity contest. You're trying to vault past each other, not
What's his
push each other.
dexterity?
His dexterity is +3.
17.
Nice.
Yeah, so he tries to get past him, and Landis is able to like shimmy around enough that Bobby trips on one of his feet and falls.
Nice.
At this point, Francine's finished, and
Now,
Landis,
now I'm gonna make a small door appear. No, a small wall appear right in front of Bobby with a little Bobby-sized hole in it.
okay. Bobby's like, "Whoa!" And dives through the Bobby-sized hole, and
It feels unfortunate that you put a Bobby-sized hole in that door, say.
so this race
I mean, it would
continues.
have been a tight fit because he's just a Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby didn't think about that, and he is still, because it was an illusion, it felt like he just cleared it perfectly.
Yeah.
So Bobby's still faster than Landis, and he looks like he's gonna catch up again right before the end.
Now I'm gonna make another wall here in front with the Bobby's ice on the face, like as far away from him as possible.
Bobby's like, that's pretty weird, and he dives through it. He's running, and then
I use prestidigitation to soil Bobby's pants.
Bobby's like, not again, but he's still running just as fast. And then he gets to Landis, and you're gonna have to do one more dexterity contest.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I think you won.
What did you get?
4.
No, you got a 1. Critically
+3
failed.
equals 4.
You critically failed?
Yeah, it was so close to the 19. I would have gotten a 22, but I critical.
Lose.
Yeah, if nobody does anything, you're gonna lose. Landis falls, and Bobby's like 10 feet from the end.
Well, I'm gonna
Oh,
make
we
a
gotta do
wall.
something.
I'm gonna make a wall with no
No.
hole.
I am going to pick up Steve Jr.
What do you know? I'm gonna
And-
take that from him.
I'm going to try and launch him at the race.
No.
It's not, dude. I'm like, what are you doing? He slaps him on the hand.
Yeah, that's my pig.
I just can't. The only thing I can do, it's more than 60 feet away. Maybe, no?
If anyone has any last ideas for what to do,
Each.
now's the time.
Wait, what? How does he respond to the wall?
You really make a wall?
Yes.
How high is the wall?
It's 4 feet high.
Oh, I got an idea.
4 feet high?
No, 3 feet. 3 feet.
Okay. Bobby does a little kick off the wall twice to get up high enough and bounds over the wall that's not actually there. And now he's only 5 feet or 7 feet away
Wait, if
from
he did it kick
I'm
off the
going
wall,
to-
then wouldn't he be like?
not that wall, the walls to the left and right of him that are
Oh.
very very narrow, so he's able to do that.
I'm
Well,
going
I'm
to,
gonna
or try to. Let me know if I can. Can I make? What surface are they on?
It's like rock, like asphalty kind of.
Can I asphalt or rock? And can I manipulate it?
In what way?
I want to bunch it up in front of him, and make him trip.
It's not like a bunch of rocks.
That's
it's
what I'm
like,
trying to find out.
It's like asphalty. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to. Should I wind gust him, guys, or should I skunk smell him?
Yeah.
Go
I
do
feel like the wind gust might be a little more effective than the skunk smell.
that. I'm just afraid since it's so narrow that it's also gonna hit. What's his name?
Landis.
Landis.
Yeah, well, at this point, anything goes, I think.
Can I ice spat on the asphalt? That can get icy. I can make him slip.
You could make him slip.
All right, so I'm gonna whisper to Landis, or I'm gonna tell not whisper because it's in his ear. I'm gonna tell Landis to watch out for the ice. I'm gonna put ice right in front of.
And I'm also going to put a stone wall above the ice.
Wait,
which is
no,
about-
don't do that.
No, and tell Landis, watch out for the stone wall too on the ground.
Wait, I'm confused now. There's a wall on top of the ice, and now he can't see the ice. And
Yeah.
He's not even gonna try to run over the ice. He's just gonna launch over the wall, and it's gonna be
Right.
ineffective.
No. It's literally covering the ice, like a wall, except
Right, but he's gonna jump over it instead now because he's gonna
Like
jump
floor?
over.
You mean you're trying to blend
Yeah,
it
like
in
a
with
floor.
the floor?
Oh, you're covering it like it's asphalt, so he doesn't see it.
yeah,
Okay.
just
Well,
with
I
a
don't
stone
think-
wall. And
He
I'm
wasn't-
telling,
I don't think he was gonna see it either way, but I like what you're doing.
yeah, and I'm telling Landis to watch out for the wall
Okay,
on the ground,
Bobby's
for the
gonna
floor.
Bobby's gonna have to do a dexterity saving throw on this ice. He does not
Why
succeed.
Bobby? Oh no. So they both
So
fell?
Bobby falls.
But they're both on the ground, right?
Both on the ground. Landis at this point has gotten up and he's running, and he's gonna be able to overtake Bobby, but he has to jump over Bobby and the ice. So Landis, do a dexterity roll.
Do better.
Okay,
You can do it, Landis.
I got.
Use your bardic inspiration too.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that now.
Okay.
So first it was a 7,
Okay.
then
Whoa.
13,
You rolled.
Okay.
They rolled a 4.
and then I rolled a 6. And
You
4
guys
times
really
6
don't-
equals
You
24.
guys really don't deserve a positive outcome from this based on your terrible rolls. But Landis leaps over Bobby, and he slips at the edge of the ice, and he falls. And
No,
now it wasn't quite good enough to clear it, unfortunately.
no. Now I'm gonna make a big wall up here in front of
So now,
before
you can do this, Bobby
Billy.
crawls up to Landis, and now they're like feet, like 2 or 3 feet away from this ending, and it's
Kick
gonna be
'em.
quicker to just crawl. So
Kick
do a
'em,
strength
Landis.
contest with Bobby.
Hold up. I'm going to yell to Bobby. You
Okay.
can do it. Or Landis, sorry. To Landis.
Yeah,
You
don't
can
yell.
do it.
You're giving
I'm give
him.
him my final bardic inspiration.
Okay.
What's
All right.
his strength?
He has +0. Or sorry, he has +1 strength.
Okay, so 16.
You got a
Yo,
6.
use your bardic inspiration too.
No, I'm using the bardic inspiration.
What'd you get?
17.
Oh, 1. Well, luckily, Bobby rolled a 2.
Yes.
So typical Bobby, he tries to like scratch at Landis, and Landis just kicks him in the face and scrambles the rest of the way over the finish line.
Yay!
You guys did it. Somehow, you guys made it to the final round.
Yay! Good for you,
Nice.
Landis.
Can I
You
heal
won $1 million.
this shark?
Yeah, we will have a powwow with the team in a second.
Okay, cool.
Leon's
Everybody dance now.
yeah. What he said. Everyone dance now. And he gets up. He starts getting a little jiggy with it. He starts jigging. Everyone, tell me a dance move you do.
What?
Do a flip.
You gotta do that. Do an acrobatics roll. Didn't have.
Like I'm gonna
A body shimmy, like my whole body,
Okay.
just a squirm.
I'm gonna like hold up 2 fingers and move them and say wiki wiki what?
Oh, nice.
I
Leon.
got 16.
Okay, you successfully flip. Leon's like, wow, that's pretty cool. I can't do that. I can just do this. He starts doing like a disco finger. He's like, I only got 1 arm, so this was kind of the perfect dance for me. It's just
Wiki what?
Okay, and you guys are successful.
Yay!
Somehow.
All right, I'll do a quick announcer thing to cut. I should have been doing the announcer this whole time, I guess. Whoops. The announcer guy's like, and that's a wrap for the semifinals. In a surprise, you missed the Tink, Tank, Tonk, and Bobby team called the Skull Crushers. All favorites were dethroned by the Guards of the Galaxy. Everyone boos. Yeah, boo! I agree. As the
Hey, kiddies
unbiased
aren't supposed to
announcer.
boo. This is unfairness.
Yeah, right?
You need to
Why
have
would
a 10-second timeout.
We'll be taking a quick little break here.
I think you
No, an
told
actual timeout in the corner.
I can't hear you, sir.
Are you sure about that?
I still don't see where he is. I need to figure out where he is. I'm gonna do that during halftime. That's a great idea. Don't forget that.
Guards of the Galaxy and Wreckin' Riders, you will be going on to the final.
No, I'm gonna make a wall stopping, like right where everyone is.
Go powwow.
No, right where he is.
I'm not moving. Go powwow in your respective.
No, it would just be a wall. And you'd be like, what?
There's a wall in front of me. That's weird. But I'll still keep announcing rain, sleet, snow, hail, or wall.
I can hardly hear you.
The announcements I will call.
Oh no.
Teams that
And
continue
now I'm gonna
on
make the
go.
wall disappear.
I keep getting interrupted by someone I can't even hear. Go powwow in your respective boxes and be back in half an hour for the championship round.